Bugungi darsda siz bilan Cambridge 8 Test 4 passage reanalizini ko'rib chiqamiz va birinchi navbatda Tahlilga e'tibor berishimiz kerak. Collecting ant specimens demoqchimda biologiyaga doir bo'lsa kerak. Ant ya'ni chumolilar haqida gaplashayotganmiz. Savol turlariga qarab olishimiz kerak. True false not given savollari bizga berilgan. True false not givendan so'ng esa bizda qanaqa savol turlari bor? Xo'p, matching information, matching. Undan keyin esa filling the illustration, no more than 2 words, one method of collecting ants haqida ma'lumotni topishimiz kerak. Har bitta savol xo'p 31 dan 36 gacha bo'lgan savollarni tartibda kelmaydi. Tartibda kelsa ham topish qiyin bo'ladi, chunki bu qismda mana bu qismdan topish kerak. Hand collecting using bait, sampling ground filters using pitfalls demoqchimda. O'zi ko'rgan hand collecting mana bu qismda using bait. Xo'p, bu qismda bor, masalan hand collecting. Xo'p, demak ikkinchi paragrafda javob bor ekan. Demak, bu qiyin bo'lmasa kerak. Buni ikkinchi paragrafdan topamiz. Mana buni birinchi yoki uchinchi paragrafdan topishimiz imkoniyati bo'ladi. Xo'p, keyin endi faqatgina bu qismda shunga o'xshayapti. Faqatgina savollarni o'qish orqali javoblarni topish imkoniyatimiz bo'lishi mumkin ekan. Taxonomic research involves comparing members of one group of ants. Demakda taxonomic izlanishlar bitta gruppadagi antlarni compare qilishni o'z ichiga oladi. Xo'p. Taxonomic sometimes taxonomists. For taxonomy or classification, long series from a single nest which contain all castes are desirable to allow the determination of variation within species. Or look whole species in favor of those groups currently under study. Demoqchimda involves in comparing members of one group of ants. Demoqchimda o'z ko'rganingizek for taxonomy or classification, long series from a single nest which contain all castes, workers including majors and minors, if present, queens and males, are desirable. To allow the determination of variation within species. Demoqchimda o'z ko'rganingizek bitta guruhlar ichidagi memberlarni compare qilar ekan. Shuning uchun ham true deb olamiz bu qismni, lekin katta harf bilan yozganimiz yaxshiroq turdi. Xo'p, shu qism javoblar bo'ldi. Masalan, bu qismda ma'lumot bor, plus mana qismda ham ma'lumot bor. Xo'p. New species of ant are frequently identified by taxonomists. New species. While ecologists often collect only a limited number of specimens of each species, thus reducing their value for taxonomic investigation. Hope for ecological studies, most important factor is collecting unidentifiable samples of as many of the different species as present possible. Unfortunately, these methods are not always compatible. Hope. Yo'q, bu haqida ma'lumot yo'q. New species haqida yoki ma'lumot bormi? Range is key criterion for ecological collections. Ecological studies, range is a key criterion. To'g'ri. As many of the different species. As many degani bu range kerak bizga, turli xillik kerak degani. O'sha uchun ham true. Mana bu new species of are frequently identified haqida umuman ma'lumot yo'q. Not given olamiz, keyin false bo'lsa kerak. Belgili masalan false savollarni ko'rgan ko'rishim kerak. Single collection of ants can generally be used for both taxonomic and ecological purposes. Yo'q. Ecologists often collect only limited number of specimens of each species, thus reducing their value for taxonomic investigations. Demoqchimda ekologiklar taxonomiyaga anos bo'lmaydi, foydasi bo'lmaydi yoki foyda nima? Qiymati bo'lmaydi, qadr-qiymati bo'lmaydi. Taxonomiyaning ekologiyaga qadr-qiymati bo'lmaydi, shuning uchun ham false deb olamiz. O'z ko'rganingizdek, birinchi paragrafda hamma savollarga, to'rtta savolga ham javobni topib oldik va reducing the value bu keyword bo'ldi 30 uchun. As many of the different species bu 29 keyword bo'ldi. Identifiable haqida ma'lumot yo'qligini uchun topolmadik. Bu qismda all castes are desirable, determination of variation keyword bo'ldi 27 uchun. Shu bilan bu qism o'z nihoyasiga yetadi. Keyingi qismga o'qiymiz. Birinchi navbatda qarang, bu qismda ko'pda ma'lumot ko'p, shuning uchun birinchi paragraf o'qib olgan holda, tushunib olgan holda keyin javoblarni ko'rganimiz bizga manfaatliroq bo'ladi. To collect as wide range of species as possible, several methods must be used. These include hand collecting, using base to track the ants, ground litter sampling, and the use of pitfalls. Hand collecting consists of searching for ants everywhere they are likely to occur. This includes on the ground, under rock, logs of other objects on the ground, in rotten wood, on the grounds, on trees, in the vegetation, on tree trunks, under bark. When possible, collection should be made from nests or foraging columns. at least 20 to 25 individuals collected. This will ensure that all individuals are of the same species, so increase their value for detailed studies. Since some species are largely nocturnal, collecting shouldn't be confined to daytime. Specimens are collected using an aspirator, often called putter, forceps, and fine moist blend brush or fingers if the ants are known not to sting. Individual insects are placed in plastic or glass tubes containing acenal. Plastic tubes with secure tops are better than glass because they are lighter, don't break as easily if it is mishandled. Preferable to take specimen from groups of. Hop. Yo, bu просто hand collecting o'qib chiqdik. Endi baitni o'qiymiz. Using bait. Masalan, hand collecting o'qidik. Hop. Baitni o'qiymiz endi. Hop. Baits can be used to attract and concentrate foragers. This often increases the number of individuals collected and attracts species that are otherwise elusive. Sugars and meats and oils will attract different species, and range should be utilized. These baits can be placed either on the ground or on the trunks of trees or large shrubs. When placed on the ground, bait should be situated on small paper cards or other flat, light-colored surfaces, or in test tubes or vials. It makes it easier to spot ants to capture them before they can escape into surrounding leaf litter. Bu baitni ham o'qidik. Sampling ground litter. Many ants pitfall trap ma'nosini pitfall trap. Bu demak, qarang, ma'lumotlarni o'qish uchun 4 ta paragraf o'qib olishimiz kerak-da. Ma'lumotlarni tushunib topish uchun 4 ta paragraf o'qishimiz kerak. 7 ta savol, 6 ta savolga javob berish uchun. Gathers a leaf litter. As you're foraging, extract ants from it. It's most commonly done by placing leaf litter on a screen over a large funnel, often under some heat. As the leaf litter dries from above, ants and other animals move downward and eventually fall out the bottom and are collected in alcohol placed below the funnel. The method works especially well in rainforests and marshy areas. A method of improving sketch when using a funnel is to sieve the leaf litter through a coarse screen before placing it above the funnel. This will concentrate the litter and remove larger leaves and twigs. It will also allow more litter to be sampled when using a limited number of litter. Trapni ham o'qiganimizdan keyin javobni topishga harakat qilamiz. A pitfall trap is commonly used for tool for collecting ants. Hammasini o'qidik. Unfortunately, a pitfall trap can be a small container placed in the ground with the top level with the surrounding surface and filled with the preservatives. Ants are collected when they fall into a trap while foraging. The diameter of the traps can vary from this to this. The number used can vary to 700. The size of the traps used is influenced largely by personal preference. Also, larger sizes are generally better. While the number will be determined by the study being undertaken, the preservative used is usually something. Doesn't matter. Another advantage of pitfalls is that they can be used to collect over a period of time with minimum maintenance and intervention. One disadvantage is that some species are not collected as they either avoid traps or don't commonly encounter with them while foraging. Xo'p, endi bu qismni o'qib olganimizdan keyin savollarga javoblarni topishga harakat qilishimiz kerak. Tushunib oldim men. Muhim tushunib olish edi bu qismda. Endi tushungandan keyin javoblarni topishga harakat qilamiz. Keling, birgalikda qilamiz. Preferable to take specimen from groups of ants. Groups of ants. Shundan o'qidimmi? Mana, different species and range should be utilized. Demoqsimda bu menimcha baits bo'ladi. Using bait bo'ladi. Xo'p, keyingisiga o'tamiz. Particularly effective for wet habitats. Wet habitats-ni ko'rdim men. Rainforest deydi bir narsalar. Rainforest and marshy areas, especially wall. Demoqsimda bu nima bo'lar ekan? By hand. Gradually in the leaf litter. Demoqsimda bu sample ground litter bo'lar ekan, C bo'lar ekan. Keyingisiga o'tamiz. It's a good method for species, which are hard to find. Hard to find. Yeah, bu hard to find emas. Bu ham hard to find emas. Qayerdan o'qidik? Hard to find. Baits. collecting speech by hand can be difficult. Hard to find. Topolmadim. Hard to find. Yo, sampling ground letter boxunda. Boxunda pitfall trap using bait. Boxunda using bait. Hand collecting bo'lmaydi. Hard to find bo'lsa hand collecting bo'lmaydi. Mana boxunda that are otherwise elusive mana. That are otherwise elusive degani o'sha qiyin o'sha ish qilishga, o'shuning uchun ham elusive ga boxunda baits ni ishlatamiz. Baits demak b bo'ldi. Yana bir marta b'ni ishlatdik. Xo'p, keyingisiga o'tamiz. Little time and effort is required. Maintenance bir narsalar borda. Mana. Xo'p, boxunda maintenance qayerda ko'rdim? Maintenance degan so'z. Mana minimal maintenance and intervention pitfall trap bo'lar ekan, demak, d bo'lar ekan. Separate containers are used for individual specimen. Separate containers. Individual insects are placed in plastic and glass tubes. Separate containers. Individual insects, individual specimen. Xo'p, bu demak hand collecting bo'lar ekan. Hand collecting A bo'lar ekan. Non-alcoholic preservatives should be used. Non-alcoholic. Where do I find non-alcoholic now? Non-alcoholic. Nimani ishlatmadik o'zi? Hammasini ishlatdik-ku. A, B, C, D hammasini ishlatdik. Non-alcoholic. Ethylene, ethylene glycol, as alcohol will evaporate quickly demoqchini, tribes will dry out degan. Alcohol dry out bo'lar ekan, tez qolib qolar ekan, o'sha uchun ham non-alcoholic bu glycol, ethylene glycol, propylene glycollarni ishlatar ekan. Demak, bu pitfall trap bo'ladi, D bo'ladi. O'z ko'rganingizdek 2 marta D ni ishlatdik, 2 marta B ni ishlatdik, 1 marta C ni, 1 marta A ni ishlatdik. Bu qism ham o'zini qo'yasiga yetib tukadi. Keyingi qism, one method of collecting ants. Demak, bu qismda hand picking bo'lsa kerak bu. Примерно, yo funnel dedi. Funnel qayerda bordi? Funnel. Gather leaf litter. Some Hope this will concentrate little and remove large leaves and twigs. Using funnels to save hope. Shu qismda bor menimcha. By placing leaf litter on a screen above large funnel. Mana. They are foraging to extract them from it. It's most commonly done by placing leaf litter. Demak, bu leaf litter bo'ladi. Demak, 38 leaf litter. Leaf litter. Placing leaf litter above on a screen over a large funnel. Mana large funnel above screen bo'ladi mana bu javob. Screen. On a screen bo'ladi. Screen bo'ladi bu javob. Screen bo'ladi. Over large funnel under some heat. Often under some heat. Demasunda heat bo'lsa kerak mana bu. Some heat. Ya'ni heat yozib qo'yaylikchi. Mana gap bo'lar. Balki bo'lar bo'lmas. Mana under some heat, often under some heat bo'lgani uchun shuni yozdik. After leaf litter dries from above, ants another move downward, eventually fall out the bottom and are collected in alcohol placed below. Bu alcohol bo'lar ekan. Alcohol placed below the funnel. Mana funnel tagida alcohol place qilingan ekan. Alcohol. Xo'p, bu tushunarli bo'ldi. Demak, o'z ko'rganingizdek, bu qism ham tugadi. Nima bo'ldi? Nima moral olsak bo'ladi? Xo'p, true false keyin hamma savollarga javoblarni birinchi paragrafda oldik. Yaxshi, lekin mana bu 31 dan 36gacha bo'lgan savollarni hammasini 2-chi, 3-chi, 4-chi, 5-chi paragraflarni o'qib, keyin tushunib, keyin topishga muvaffaq bo'ldik. Agar o'qimaganimizda topolmasdik, agar masalan keywordga ham e'tibor berib topganimizda masalan 6 marta o'qib chiqqan bo'ladi, masalan bittasini ko'rasiz, topishga harakat qilasiz, ikkinchisini ko'rib topishga harakat qilasiz. Butunlay effekt bermaydigan strategiya nima qilishingiz kerak? Shunda tekstni birinchi o'qib olishingiz kerak, topishingiz kerak, keywordlarni birinchi marta topganingizda, men topib olganimda topishingiz kerak, tushunishingiz kerak. Shu joyda berilgan, keyin o'qib olishingiz kerak, o'qib olganingizdan keyin tushunib, keyin topish kerak. Masalan, mana bu o'sha o'qiganingiz, men bunga yordam beraman. Masalan, men buni topolmasam, one method of collecting degan o'sha masalalarning hammasini ko'rib chiqqan bo'lardim agar o'qimaganimda. Shu bilan bugungi darsni o'zini qo'yishga yetadi. Hammaga tushunarli bo'ldi degan umidaman. Kommentlarda fikrlaringizni qoldirishinglar mumkin. That's enough for our lesson. Bye guys.